Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. So we're gonna go ahead and do a good news reading. This is the good news that is coming your way, what gifts are possibly coming your way. If that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at the description box because that's gonna have any information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, I want to have my window open because I love the sun right now. It feels so good, but it does kind of make this whitewash type of look. So I'm sorry about that, but we're just going to go ahead and roll with it, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into this. We are going to do some angel numbers for y'all, okay? So gifts for Gemini, good news coming in for Gemini. We do have the rushing hearts, which can talk about love. It can talk about affection, but it talks about so much more than that. It talks about emotional support coming in, support in general. If you've needed help in regards to something and you feel like you're not getting a lot of help, you feel like, nobody's really noticing that you're struggling or that, you're going through something right now. I feel like there is some kind of support system that could be possibly coming in for you. You could be having a lot of spiritual guidance right now, a lot of signs, a lot of messages coming through from the divine. Your intuition could be very, very litty right now. And maybe the readings you're watching, or if you do readings, if you pull cards for yourself, it's giving you a lot of insight, okay? So right now, there's just this really big feeling here of support rushing in, physical support and spiritual support. Somebody could also maybe, some good news coming in is that somebody's going to express how they feel in regards to you. You're going to express it right back. It feels like this is a very mutual type of love, very mutual type of affection or feeling, Gemini. One that makes your heart go ba-bum, 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 right? Because I'm getting this energy of like a heart racing type of encounter or conversation or something here, okay? But it does feel like there's just an abundance of love, which is interesting because we kind of picked up on something similar to that in the daily message. So the love bug is just going around right now. I don't know, okay? All right, let's get some angel numbers, guys. All right, what good news is coming Gemini's way? What good news Gemini can expect, Spirit? Good news. How about 782? We have your current connection or relationship is a valuable experience for you. It's important to take the next step in it now, as this will give you a deeper, more visceral, I think that's how you pronounce that, experience of love. So right off the bat, we have love coming out with the angel numbers. That's crazy. I just know every time this card comes out, my bad, guys. Every time this card comes out, I just know that this is talking about some kind of love situation because that's just, it's so crazy how these cards work together with everything else. But yeah, what Spirit is saying here is if you are in a loving connection right now, it's very important for you. It's valuable for you to be in this connection. And Spirit wants you to take the next step, okay? Spirit wants you to express your love in a really honest and real way with this person. It's like, don't hold back, we only get today. We're not promised tomorrow is the kind of energy I'm getting. So make the most of it. Make the most of the connections that you feel with people. For some of you who are single and don't have anybody in your life right now, this could be a very big hint that there's going to be somebody that will be entering your life really soon, and this person is going to be very valuable to your experience as a human. This person could be very healing for you, or there could be an energy here of this person maybe gently or maybe not so gently forcing you out of your comfort zone a little bit, causing you to kind of reach your full potential or rise up to the occasion here is the energy I'm getting. But Spirit is saying that it's important that you guys take the next step in this connection because you'll be given a more deeper experience of love than possibly that you've ever experienced before, okay? It feels like one of those loves that it kind of touches your soul and it never really leaves you, and that you feel like you're better for, after encountering this person, you feel like you're better, okay? So very interesting energy so far. Let's go ahead and see what else we have. Okay, good news for Gemini, a gift coming in for Gemini gang. How about 52? This page is getting full. Nice. So we have Challenging conversations will take you to a place of certainty and understanding. Be open to hearing the truth. So, Gemini, there could be good news that could be coming your way, or a gift. I'm just going to say good news, right? Good news that could be coming your way. Could be a conversation that needs to happen. This could be one that possibly gets some kind of clarity out here in the air. This could be one that maybe helps you gain some kind of certainty or even trust, I'm getting, okay? Certainty, trust, and understanding. This is going to be a transparent conversation. It's going to be one where everybody's honest, everybody is compassionate and empathetic to each other, and it's not really about being right or proving your point here. It's just about like listening and also expressing how you're feeling, okay? So it feels like, yeah, this is going to be a challenging conversation because maybe you have to be vulnerable here. Maybe you have to express some things that you feel shy or nervous about expressing. Maybe you don't want to turn something into a conflict. You kind of just want to have a conversation and see where it goes. But I feel like this is going to take you to a place where you feel like you understand the other person now. You feel like you're on the same page with this person. So yeah, if Gemini, if you've been wanting to have some kind of conversation, or if there's been a need to have some kind of conversation, this could be coming, okay? So trust that this is going to be for the best, and even if it's challenging, that doesn't mean it's bad. Even if it's scary, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Fear does not always equal bad. Challenges does not always equal bad, right? It's about what we do with these challenges, or it's about where this fear takes us and how we allow this fear to move us, okay? So you're being asked to kind of maybe rise to the occasion here and say what needs to be said, right? Clear your throat chakra. Okay, what else do we have here? One more for good news for Gemini. Let's get something in the back, guys. Good news for Gemini. How about 995? 95 was a great year. Okay, so we have the universe knows exactly what you need in order to rise up. Your process of ascension is moving forward at this time, and you are rising above the darkness. So some of you guys could have been, I'm also feeling guided towards 993, so I'm going to do that next, guys. Some of you guys could be going through some kind of ascension right now, and ascensions are not easy. You know, anybody who's been through 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 in your lifetime, you know, every time you go through an ascension, everything kind of gets recalibrated, things get shifted. You're asked to leave certain things behind, people, places, things, mindsets that no longer serve you. You're asked to really look at yourself. You're asked to step up to the occasion here. And there can even be ascension sickness or flus that get involved. You could have a sore throat. You could, you know, feel nauseous. You could feel dizzy, just very tired, headaches, okay? Because you're rising to the next level very fast. And some of you guys could have been guided to rise to the next level or next 2 levels maybe before you felt like you were ready. So there could have been some kind of resistance here, or not really understanding what was happening. But what Spirit wants you to know is that you have exactly what you need, right? Everything that's happening right now is happening for a reason, and you're in Spirit's hands right now when it comes to this process. You are moving forward, and you are rising above some kind of darkness here. Some of you guys could have been going through some serious spiritual warfare, okay? And spiritual warfare does not always look like the boogeyman hiding in the closet. I mean, yes, sometimes we can battle entities and darkness can show up in our home and our surroundings and stuff like that. But I feel like this darkness might have been something within you. Some of you guys could be battling addictions right now. There could have been some things that have reared its head again, old mindsets, old behaviors, old thought processing patterns, and you might have gotten really triggered thinking you're going backwards. Gemini, as somebody who has struggled with addiction, I've been very open and clear about this on my channel. If you feel like you fall off, if you feel like you fall back, please don't judge yourself. This is not a time to judge yourself. This is not a time to step into shame or guilt. You are a human, and life is not a test where you get an A+ or an F-, right? Life is an experience, and you're experiencing the human condition in all of its aspects, not just the pretty parts. So if you feel like you have taken a step back, if it has to do with a substance, again, thinking patterns, behaviors, right? Coping mechanisms, whatever. Don't shame yourself. Recognize what's happening and pull yourself out of it, because you have the power to do that because you've done it before, right? So you can do it again. I don't know who needs to hear that, but somebody needs to hear that. There's no such thing as failure. There's just a learning experience. You're not a failure. You haven't failed in anything, right? We're just learning here. Now, 993, which I was feeling, I didn't really read it, but I was feeling very compelled for it, okay? It says, divine intervention is occurring. So know that you are being guided towards happiness and purpose. So right now, Spirit is working in your life in a very big way, Gemini. And you need to understand that. That's a gift. That's a blessing, okay? That's some good news, is that you are not forgotten, okay? You are not left behind. Spirit is actually working very closely with you. Some of these situations that you're going through, some of the darkness that you're battling, some of the ascension that that's happening right now, it's not so simple as I can just helicopter hover over you, says Spirit. I kind of have to watch you from a distance, right, and let you do your thing, okay? Excuse me, let you do your thing, guys. It's almost like Spirit would interfere with you if it was to just jump in and kind of take over everything. But know that intervention is occurring. Know that what you're going through right now, you're going through for a reason. That Spirit is trying to work with you to help you, you know, go through this process. Because I feel like a lot of you guys are going through some kind of spiritual warfare right now. Sorry guys, I had to pause because I had to clear my throat. My throat is all messed up this morning for some reason. I feel like that could be that throat chakra energy we were picking up on. I feel like somebody about to have a conversation that's needed, okay? Don't be afraid of this conversation. Don't be afraid to be honest, you know? I feel like this is actually like a safe space. Like you can be honest, you know? Maybe you don't always feel that. Maybe, you know, you're used to kind of people jumping to conclusions or judging you very heavily, and it's like this is going to be something where you are going to be able to speak, get things off your chest, express yourself in a real way, and you're going to feel heard, okay? Even if this conversation is just with you and yourself, you know, or you and your guides, or you and Spirit, it's like whatever this is that you need to express, it's going to be significant here. Okay, so let's get some good news out here for Gemini gang. Do I want to use this deck or do I want to use the tea leaves? I think I'll use both. Let's get a couple of these cards. Let's get a couple tea leaves. So, what is the good news that's coming in for Gemini gang, Spirit? The good news. We have attract through your glow, card number 18. I don't know if you guys can see that. Because of how the sun is coming in, you're not going to really be able to see the cards very well, but it is what it is, guys. So yeah, what Spirit wants you to know. Hold on. Whew, I had to get some water, guys. What Spirit wants you to know right now is that you are attracting through your glow. You're attracting through this magnetism that you have inside, this light that you carry within. This immense growth that's happening, card number 15, is happening because of the shift within you. You're changing inside. You're taking things to a deeper level. You're starting to meet yourself in a more authentic way with all this yellow, and then this yellow right here. It's making me feel like you're expressing yourself in a clearer way. So this is really attracting things in right now. I feel like you're in heavy manifestation mode, okay? So it's almost this energy of like, you don't have to try, but you are trying, okay? But you're trying in different ways. Like you're not putting a lot of physical, you might be putting some physical effort in, but this feels like this is deeper than just, oh, I want to, you know, get $1 million, okay? This feels like something where it's like you want a life-changing experience, or you want things to change for you. And that's exactly what's happening. You're attracting a lot right now in through just who you are, just being your authentic self. You're not perfect, Gemini, and nobody is expecting you to be, okay? You could be attracting people that are going to see you in a really authentic way and appreciate you as who you are as a person, okay? They're not going to judge you. These are people who are going to accept you in your up times, your down times, okay? So yeah, I feel like people are being very drawn into you right now, like a magnet, but I also feel like you're also being drawn into things. I feel like you have opportunities that are also finding you. What else do we have here? Good news for Gemini gang. Good news for Gemini gang, please. Good news. Okay. Inner conflict resolution really wanted to pop, but it didn't. Good news for Gemini. Okay. Uh-oh. Hold on. It went flying. We have card number 9, abundance. So good news coming in is that you might get that $1 million after all, Gemini. I feel like, yeah, you have some kind of abundance that's coming your way. okay? And you had to kind of be in the right state or the right energy to receive this abundance, and that's what you're working on right now. I feel like your energy has shifted. It's shifted for the better. I feel like you're vibing really high right now, and because of that, you're attracting people, places, things, opportunity. Money is going to come flowing into your pockets. For those of you that need a job, you're going to find a job. If you need a better job, you're going to find a better job. Some of you guys, opportunities might come to you. Like, you're not even looking for these opportunities. They find you. That could be something that's happening. And if that's happening, Gemini, like a lot of opportunity is just kind of flowing into you. You don't know where it's coming from. This is a huge sign that you are glowing. You're vibing very high. And because of that, you're attracting a lot towards you. It's in you, card number 24, exactly. The light is shining within you. This card also talks about having courage, okay? It talks about the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz and how the courage was always within him from the start. So some of you guys, that's what you're finding out. You're seeing that the power, your manifesting ability was always within you to begin with. It was all about you. It was all about where you were at, how you were, okay? What you were willing to go after, how you were willing to show up. And now that you're kind of just letting yourself be who you are, fully, freely, you're not worrying about the consequences. This is, again, causing you to glow very brightly and attracting all of this abundance towards you. Let's get another one. Let's get one more of these cards, and then we're going to get some tea leaves. One more for the good news. Good news coming towards Gemini. I'm not going to take those. That's too many, but they were really good cards. Good news coming towards Gemini, gang. Good news. If any of them want to come back out, they definitely will. We have an unknown gift coming. Card number 41. It's really interesting, too, because we have inner conflict resolution, card number 6. So Gemini, I feel like there could have been this energy here where maybe you haven't been on the same page with yourself. You've been fighting with yourself. You've been up and down, back and forth, here and there, making yourself a little seasick here because you can't really land on something. But I feel like that is what's coming through, is some kind of clarity. It almost feels like you're starting to understand where you stand or what you feel in regards to something. I don't normally feel compelled to do this, but I feel really compelled to read from the book. I want to read number 6. Okay, I just feel really compelled to read some of it. So we have the venomous snake. It says the venomous snake comes to speak to us about the ironic remedy of poison. The right amount of poison in our life acts as a vaccine, allowing us to heal and build immunity towards a larger deadly dose. This poison comes to us in the form of inner conflict, suffering, and self-sabotage. Every great venture that you deeply yearn to manifest is met with agonizing inner conflict. When we are on the journey towards expansion and self-fulfillment, we will come face to face with our inner dialogue that tries to tear us down and tear our dreams away. These debilitating moments of great mental anguish are put on your path for you to witness, learn from, and eventually overcome. They are quite literally the catalyst for your growth. Strange how we view these thoughts as holding us back, when in fact, in the right amount, they can act as a vaccine, allowing us to create a certain type of immunity towards future obstacles in the journey of manifesting. Despite the inner agony, congratulations, this is all a normal part of the process and you're leveling up. This is why Falcon brought her medicine to this card, because she heralds victory in overcoming your current obstacles. Acknowledge that this moment of discomfort is part of your evolution and is a growing pain. Falcon and the venomous snake combine their medicine to reassure you that the outcome is promising, whatever the conflict you are facing, and it will soon dissipate. Take a deep breath in, release, and smile. Nice. I'm so happy that I read that, guys. Okay? Because it's like it gives this card a deeper meaning. It's like the inner conflict that you went through, the struggle or the resistance that you went through, whatever tower moment you feel like you went through recently, this was actually medicine. And you could have really looked at this like, this is poison. This is not good for me. This has shaken my whole life up. It's changed me. It's broken me down, but it broke you down so you could build yourself back up. So the medicine is sometimes bitter. Think about when you were a kid or even nowadays and you have to take that NyQuil or you have to take that cough syrup and it's just, it's disgusting. It makes you want to just shiver just thinking about it, right? But you always feel a little bit better afterwards, Sometimes the medicine is bitter. The medicine is not sweet. Sometimes we need to go through hard times, or we need to go through these challenges, these growing pains, to actually see that we've grown, or to overcome things, to grow into a better version of ourselves. So Gemini, I feel like you're seeing the gift in this. This is the good news, is that you've grown from a really challenging situation, something that felt like it was poison, or something that felt like this is not good. This has come in. It's disrupted my peace. It's disrupted my energy, you know? And I'm getting somebody feeling like they've been shattered in a sense, like I'm fragmented right now, but that's so you can, again, be put back together. Okay? So there's something about that, guys, or a situation like, that seemed like it was an injustice, or seemed like it wasn't something that was actually good for you or healing for you, has turned out to be quite healing. And that, my friends, is the spirit of a human, right? I say it all the time. Humans, we're meant to survive. We're meant to survive. That's why we can survive in the most treacherous conditions, under the most horrid circumstances, and we can come back from even the most, horrible traumas and sorrows, because at the end of the day, we are meant to survive. We have warrior spirits inside, okay? So let's get some messages here. We're not going to get too many tea leaves, okay? But let's see. Good news coming Gemini's way here. Good news. We have a bird flying in from a distance. Okay. It says someone wants to reach out to you. Signs, text message, information coming to light. News is on the way. And check your spam folder. Yeah, some of y'all need to check your spam folder, guys. Okay. Because there could be some kind of opportunity or something that came in through your spam. Okay, for whatever reason, it showed up in the spam folder and not the regular folder of this message. So make sure you're checking that. Make sure you're looking at all the boxes in your email or whatever for some of you guys, okay? For others of you, you might get a telephone call, or you might get a message, or this could just be information that comes in, okay? But whatever this good news is that's coming in, I feel like this is going to make you really happy, or there's something here where you're going to feel like this is a gift, okay? We have a younger woman on the bottom of the deck. So this could be a message from a younger woman, or to a younger woman, or a younger woman is involved, or maybe you're a younger woman, Gemini, okay? What do we have here for Gemini gang? Good news coming in. I don't know why I want to say from a distance, but yeah, there could be some good news that's coming in from a distance. Like you might hear that somebody's doing really well. You might hear that somebody is healing from something, okay? There could be a news that you're waiting for, like a verdict or an answer, maybe an approval that you're waiting for here. Maybe you've been waiting for something to kind of pick back up, or you've been waiting for the go-ahead on something, it kind of feels like. This news is coming in. Whatever this is, it's bringing a lot of abundance into your life, or it's bringing a sense of like this is a gift. Also with birds, guys, I do get like messages. And this card obviously talks about messages, but the unknown gift, it could be a message coming in. Okay? There could be a message that, maybe again, somebody wants to work with you, or somebody's attracted to your glow here. What else do we have here? Okay, we have the mountain road. It says you are on the road to success, so trust the process, putting in the work, and North Node vibes. Okay, I suggest you guys look up your North Node if you don't know what it is already, because that's going to tell you a lot about who you're meant to be, who you're meant to step into, what you're destined for, right? For example, my North Node is in Aries, and so I'm really destined to be in like that leadership position and to lead others, but I kind of don't really have that energy like within me. I feel like people would disagree. I feel like a lot of people would look at me and say that I would make a really good leader. I've gotten that feedback a lot. But for me, I don't know if I feel like I'm responsible enough for that, or equipped enough for that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not perfect. I have a lot of flaws. I mess up all the time, guys, And so it's like, how can I be a leader when I'm not perfect? But part of being a leader isn't about being perfect. So I've kind of went through that struggle my whole life. And I feel like there could be something here with that, with your North Node, about what your destiny is, what you're meant to step into. And maybe that will help open your eyes up to some of the things that maybe you've been clinging to that could be in your South Node. It's comfortable, but it's not your full potential. And to rise to your full potential, sometimes we have to be uncomfortable. Sometimes we have to face our fears, So interesting messages. Let's get some tarot out here. What is Gemini attracting through their glow currently for this good news reading? What is Gemini attracting currently through their glow, okay? We have the Ace of Wands. Well, a new creative beginning, inspired action here, right? Some of you guys are attracting new talents, new skills, new hobbies, new beginnings, fresh starts, just growth. Something you can feel really magnetized by, guys. Something that you can feel inspired by or lit up by. You could also be like, people could be seeing you as very attractive right now, Gemini, okay? And this could be because you have a very large like self-focus. You're focused on you, you're focused on your healing, you're focused on your growth, you're focused on your mission or your calling, your purpose, your expansion. Some of you guys have a very strong connection to the divine that's very attractive to people who are in that same energy, or they want to rise up to that energy. They are inspired by you. They want to too, like, you know, feel that way that you feel is kind of what I'm getting here. Yeah, it's like a brand new beginning that you're attracting right now. One that is going to make you feel like, wow, awestruck. Like there's this energy here of like, I can't believe that this is appearing, or I can't believe that this is happening. This is crazy. It's amazing. I'm getting like that energy here with this Ace of Wands. With the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck, well, that's recognition. That's a victory. That's accolades coming in. That's being recognized for all your efforts or being appreciated on a very high level. You know, some sense of achievement here. Damn, this is a positive reading. I mean, I guess it should be. It is good news, right? But it just feels like it's really positive. And I feel like you have a lot of passionate moments coming up, guys, okay? For sure. Like there could be something that really passionate that happens. We have the Four of Wands. Wow. So with the Four of Wands and the Ace of Wands, that's 5 wands. I do feel like you had to go through some kind of conflict here. You had to go through some moment here of like, again, we saw that with the inner conflict over here, battling yourself, trying to decipher between what's good for you and what's not good for you, and then finding out that just because it doesn't feel good in the moment doesn't mean it's actually not good for you. You overcome some kind of challenge here is what I'm getting, or some kind of struggle. And with this change has come some kind of peace or harmony. Now with the Four of Wands, this talks about harmony. It talks about reunions. It talks about celebration. It can talk about strong contracts in business and in romance. We have the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Some of you guys might be pulling in a king or queen of Pentacles from a distance, okay? This person is somebody who wants to commit to you. This is somebody who's devoted. They are dependable. They're a man or a woman of their word, okay? This is somebody who might be you know, really structured, or they have like a very set schedule. Like this is somebody who's very diligent about their life, about their schedule. But this has helped build them to who they are today. You know, this is somebody who's very abundant. They have a strong foundation. They have a very strong position too in their career, whoever this is. They also have spirit support. And you know, with this dog that's got a bone here, it's like I almost feel like spirit's very satisfied with this person and the growth that they're going through. You know? And how much effort that they're putting in. I'm sorry I'm clearing my throat so much and I'm having to interrupt this reading, but my throat is like, I don't know why it's like this today. I feel like as soon as I stop filming, my throat's gonna go right back to normal, guys. It's like sometimes when because I have the, like my empathy, because there's different types of empaths, right? And my version, one of the versions that I have, I pick up other people's elements. I've always been like that. Like if I'm around somebody that's sick, or if I'm around somebody that's going through something or a physical thing, like I'll sometimes feel it, like, you know, like it's almost like sympathy pains, but it's not, because like I'm feeling what they're going through. So I feel like somebody in the collective that's watching right now, maybe you have a sore throat, or maybe there's just this energy here of like really wanting to speak your truth and needing to, you know? Some of you guys could be having really bad reflux right now because of that, like acid coming through up into the throat, because there's a need to clear whatever it is, you know, and that's coming from your gut. And your gut here is making me think of like the solar chakra, which is your expression, right? It's your confidence. So there could be something here with that, guys. But anyways, yeah, I feel like you guys are pulling some kind of like really powerful energy into your life, whether this is a position of authority that you're going to be stepping into, or whether this is somebody here that's going to be very devoted and committed to you. The only reason I say that is because we have attract, right? So you're attracting something. Four of Wands can talk about a connection, and plus we have the rushing heart. So the Ace of Wands talks about a lot of sexual desire or passion. I feel like this is somebody you're going to feel a lot of desire towards, guys. like a lot. If you have been celibate or you haven't really been feeling that connected to people that you've been with, which, you know, I'm not here to lecture you, so we're going to drop it, but you should only do that with somebody that you really feel connected to, guys, okay? But say you have and then you haven't been feeling connected to these people. You're going to feel really connected to this person in that way. And this is somebody who's going to be very gentle, very like kind. This is somebody who is going to, you know, kind of guide you through that. Like, especially, this is getting kind of hot and steamy, guys, I'm sorry, but especially if you haven't done that in a while, it's like this is somebody who's going to kind of guide you through that process, or you guys are going to guide each other, right? It's going to be like a learning experience all over again, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be more than fine. I feel like there's going to be like fireworks here, you know? I'm seeing that. I'm seeing it. Okay. Now, if this is a business contract, again, it's like this is going to be a business partner you can depend on, or this is going to be a contract you can depend on. This is going to be a job that's going to instantly put you into this King of Pentacles energy, abundance, secure foundation, you know, getting to kind of sit back. You're not going to have to work as hard because you're going to be, things are going to be working around you is what I'm getting, okay? But since we already have abundance out here, I kind of feel like this is talking about some kind of romance here. Yeah, this person could have been watching you for a while, keeping their eye on you, feeling very inspired by you, whoever this is. This person was in some kind of self-limiting beliefs, though, or they kind of boxed themselves in. You know how I feel about this king. He's on this little tiny, like, island here that he can barely even walk on, you know? So this is that kind of energy, guys, where somebody has been just checking you out. Channel sponsor showing up right off the bat, okay? But I feel like the sponsor might be transitioning into somebody else, or the channel sponsor is growing within themselves. I don't know, because we've been seeing the King of Pentacles too suddenly. So there could have been some kind of heartbreak, but I feel like with this heartbreak, again, it was like that inner conflict. Something needed to be brought to the forefront here. There needed to be some kind of clarity that was shown in regards to a situation. What is this abundance with this good news for Gemini? What is this abundance here, this good news? We have the Page of Swords with the Star. I feel like somebody's about to be recognized, or you're going to be noticed. It's like you catch somebody's attention, guys, with whatever you're doing here. Aquarius energy with the star. But you're shining very bright. You do something and you do it very unique. You know how I feel about this card. She's taking the gifts, right, the talent that was given to her by spirit, and she's alchemizing it through her body, and then she's transmuting it out and putting it back into the world. And it's potent, whatever this is. Again, it's potent, right? There's something about that with that inner conflict card. Like the poison being the actual vaccine or the antidote, you know? So people might not always know how to take you, Gemini. Like, I get that energy. Like, you're very intimidating. You're different. You know exactly how you feel. You spent a long time developing your own self philosophy here and what you believe. You know, I feel like you're open to change. You're open to the opinions of other people. But you have like a solid foundation. Like, this is my foundational beliefs, and I can build up off of that. I can take some away. I can move it. I can shift it. I can rearrange it. But this foundation will always be what it is. And because of that, you've built something very strong for yourself. And people are noticing that about you. You're only getting better. You're like a fine wine, okay? Right? You're like a fine wine, or like a marinade here. Like, it just makes things better over time. Like, it just gets more potent. It just gets more like better, more better here. Okay. I don't know, Gemini, you're getting more better. Okay. And people are noticing this, and there could be some communication that comes in with the Page of Swords. Pages are talking about communication. Page of Swords for me is talking about communication coming in through some kind of technology. So email, phone call. I don't know if somebody would text you about an abundant opportunity, but nowadays you never know. Okay. There could be a certified letter that comes through. That's not really electronic, but you know, I am feeling like it could be an email or a phone call, guys. Okay. Give me something else about this abundance coming in. This abundance that's coming in, this good news for Gemini gang, this abundance. That's going to be too many for me, y'all. Okay, but Six of Wands again, I saw it. This abundance that's coming in for Gemini gang. We have the Four of Swords. That's interesting. We have the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands, Five Wands, Four of Swords, Page of Swords, Five Swords. Fives could be significant, guys. Also, I'm just noticing 41 reduces to 5. 555. There you go, okay? Something could be happening in May, which we're almost there. We're knocking on May's door, guys, okay? So something could be happening in May. I feel like this is going to kind of stir you out of some kind of stagnant energy or slumber that you've been feeling like you've been in, okay? Or maybe y'all just been dreaming a lot about something like, I really want to create this. I really want to be abundant in this. I really want this to come to pass, right? I have a lot of dreams, 9 of Cups. But something's about to become a reality here. Now, with the 5 of Swords, I do see the struggle here of believing in yourself. You know, the 5 of Swords can be feeling like you're in a lose-lose situation. There's no good outcome here, or you're just really nervous. You're tearing yourself apart thinking about something. You need to overcome that challenge of the mind with the 5 of Swords. I see you doing that, though, because I feel like you're going to get a lot of praise, or there's a need to be very confident in your skills or your abilities, guys, because you are talented as fuck, okay? Whoever I'm talking to, you are extremely talented. And it's almost like it's your time to shine. So those of you who feel like you've been resting or you've been hidden, you've been underappreciated, right? Like you haven't gotten the recognition that you deserve, or that you feel like you're not really as noticed as other people, you're stepping into that power, guys. I feel like regardless of that energy, you didn't quit, you didn't stop. Just because something wasn't giving you the results that you wanted, or maybe because you saw other people having it easier, right? With like less talent than you, and for some reason they're like, you know, surpassing you, and you're like, oh, I guess talent doesn't depict success nowadays, right? But you kept going, you kept working on yourself. You're to the point of mastery, guys, with the Hermit and the Lovers. Gemini energy, Virgo energy. You have mastered something. Okay, I'm picking that up very strongly. And this has come through like dedication, learning something. Maybe some of you guys took some courses or some classes, or again, you just practiced something over and over and over again so much that you're on the same page with yourself. You could do it with your eyes closed and your hands tied behind your back. Okay? There's that 5 of Swords. But I feel like what other people see in you, Gemini, sometimes you don't see in yourself. And that's that distorted lens. You know? Sometimes our lack of confidence or our anxiety or what we perceive as failures of the past can come in, and it can make us feel like we're not as great as we actually are. So we can have people around us saying, oh no, stop it. You're great. You're good at what you do. You're amazing. You're talented. You're skilled. You're fucking awesome. And we're just like, no, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Right? There's a need to overcome this, guys, because whatever this abundance is that's coming in, it's waking you up from this. You're going to be put into the light, the limelight perhaps for somebody, or you're going to be getting a lot of recognition whether you're ready for it or not. So it'd be better if you were ready for it, okay? I don't know why they're giving me this, but they're giving me the energy of like when people, and my nose is itching so much. They're giving me the energy of like when people go to like their first red carpet, which I don't know nothing about this because Hollywood is so not my bag at all. But this is what they're giving me. Like when people go to like their first red carpet and they're super shy and nervous and they almost like look kind of like sheepish when like people are taking pictures of them. They're just like, you know? And then they're showing me after like their 20 or their 30th red carpet, and they're like, you know, posing for the camera, and they're just all confident and like, you know, and that level of confidence I cannot understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like to sit there and just pose for the camera and be like, yes, yes, adore me, love me, take pictures of me, I'm awesome. I don't understand that level of confidence yet in my life. Maybe one day I will, and then I'll truly be unstoppable, right? But right now, I'm like forever stuck in that sheepish, like, oh God, don't look at me. But that's something that you need to come out of. That is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about right here, what Spirit's talking about. Like, you need to come out of that feeling. There's a star within you. You deserve to get that praise. You deserve to be recognized. I'm seeing that like a camera flash. I don't know if you guys see that. Some of you guys are like, you need to get used to being on film, or you need to get used to being on camera, or being interviewed, or being talked to, or being at the front of the crowd, having throwing meetings, throwing presentations, putting up PowerPoints, you know, doing TED Talks, whatever it is. It's like you need to start getting more confidence and being used to being in that energy, because that's what's about to happen. It's almost like you're getting pushed to the front. I'm seeing like a long line of people, and there's like this velvet rope, and like you're getting pushed, you know, like the bouncer, but the bouncer has wings. The bouncers always have wings in my vision for some reason, but you're getting like pushed to the front. What is this unknown gift, y'all? Okay. I swear I got a degree in yaponomics. Okay. What is this unknown gift for Gemini with the good news? What is this unknown gift here? We have the Three of Cups. So this could be a connection coming in. I know the Three of Cups gets a really bad reputation in tarot because of third parties. And I don't really know why, because actually the Three of Cups is a really beautiful card with a lot of beautiful meanings. It talks about reunions. It talks about celebration. It talks about deep connections, deep friendships, deep love. Okay. And I feel like that could be something that's happening here. Some of you guys are just going to meet like-minded people. This could be something that you're not expecting, right? Another thing that I'm getting, since we had that inner conflict card that came out, like, you know, on the bottom for this unknown gift, I feel like there's almost this energy of like you're seeing that everybody has grown from a certain situation. So if you went through something with somebody or a group of people, it's like everybody grew from that, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see that everybody has grown, you know? But yeah, I feel like a friendship could be deepening here, or there could be a friendship, you know, where you guys celebrate each other. You know, you want happiness for each other. It's not like one of these energies of like, oh, you know, you're allowed to shine, but only as much as I shine. Like, don't you shine any harder than me, right? This person's like, no, shine as hard as you can shine. And if that outshines me, that is fine. Like, there's not an energy of competition here. There's an energy of celebration. So some of you guys might be meeting like-minded people. This could be the type of energy where you're just in the store and you just, you know, you strike up a conversation with the person next to you, and you guys find that you have a lot in common, and then you figured, let's go get a coffee, right? So you go get a coffee and you talk, and then you're like, well, maybe let's go shopping, you know? So then you go shopping, and then you go get your nails done, or you go, I don't know, play golf, or whatever dudes go do with each other, okay? And like you just feel like there's a true, genuine bond here. Like, it feels like a deep friendship, okay, with the Three of Cups. That's kind of what I'm getting, guys, all right? Now, for some of you guys, I know I'm like, because I know I literally just said that this gets a bad reputation for the third party. For some of you, there could be choice in love coming up. I don't know why that's good news. That, for me, is not good news. Make it simple. You know, I don't want a choice. I don't want to have to choose. I'm good on that. But there could be something like that. There could also be somebody who's deepening within themselves. Like, somebody could be learning from past mistakes, and they could be wanting to maybe reunite, or maybe they're coming back in a way that's more healed, okay? I'm getting that energy as well. Give me something else for this unknown gift here. This unknown gift. We have the Two of Swords coming out. So there was a lot of indecisiveness. King of Wands is back on the bottom of the deck. He was on the bottom of the deck for the Three of Cups. I feel like somebody's deciding to kind of go for it, guys. Take this as it resonates. Oof, devil energy. King of Swords. Why is all these masculine energy out here all of a sudden? Maybe somebody has been battling themselves, guys. Or maybe the choice is going to be very clear for you. Like, if you have a choice in love, for some of y'all, okay? It's like the choice is going to be very clear. Or if you are a masculine energy, if you're like, there ain't no way a King of Wands is coming my way, Jess, right? And you are like this King of Wands or this King of Swords, maybe this is something you had to kind of battle. You know, you were battling fears, or you were battling toxic energies or identity or societal standards or something here. And it's like you've decided what you want to kind of, you know, lean into here, or what you want to choose. Because we have the Devil, we have the Hierophant. For a lot of people, Hierophant is like the God card. For me, Spirit card is Hermit. But people sometimes look at the Hierophant as that. And I could see that, because for me, the Hierophant can be like a strong spiritual lesson that you learn. So some of you guys might have went through some kind of warfare here. You learned this spiritual lesson, and because of that, now you're ready to take action. You could have been very indecisive. But with this Two of, I don't know if you guys can see it because of the glare. With this Two of Swords here, this is her not having all the clarity, not having all the answers, but still going for it and hitting the mark. Okay? I guess I'm just kind of confused about what this unknown gift actually is. I mean, I feel like it's somebody taking action, and I feel like it's a deepening of a connection or a deepening of a friendship. I feel like it could be a coming together. It could be a celebration here. For some of you, it could be a reunion or a renewal of something. Spirit's saying that somebody has had a change of their perception here. That's the unknown gift. Maybe you're not aware of this. Maybe that's why this is unknown. You know, this is just something that's happening around you, but it's going to eventually affect you. Somebody has had a lot of burdens that were placed on them, but it was placed on them for them to learn a lesson here or to grow in a significant way. And I feel like they have with that hangman energy. Somebody is seeing something in a completely different way, guys. We got a lot to get through still. What is this bird flying? What's this message that's coming in, this news that's on the way for good news for Gemini gang? What is this message that's coming in? We have the High Priestess, guys. You know how I feel about the High Priestess, right? High Priestess in my readings is always a signal that there's some things that you're not meant to know. There's some things that need to be left up to or an organic experience. Like Spirit doesn't want you to know everything through tarot, which I actually find to be very healthy. Tarot is completely oversaturated, guys. Tarot can ruin situations, it can ruin connections, it can ruin opportunities, it can ruin your day, you know, because these are collective readings that go out to thousands of people. So if you take this as this is Bible, this is law, you know, when you watch a general reading and you act off of that, and that's not actually what the reality is for your individual situation, it can do a lot of damage. That's why you gotta be careful about these readings and stuff that you watch. I mean, I'm not trying to talk crap about the tarot community because obviously I'm a part of it, but some of these titles and some of these readings that I see sometimes, I'm just like, y'all, this could be really damaging if somebody's not discerning, you know? So I feel like this is one of those circumstances where Spirit's like, just know that a message is coming in, right? Just know an offer is coming in, a message is coming in. Knight of Pentacles here. Just know somebody's going to reach out to you. And my throat's acting up again as we get to this energy. Ace of Cups, this could be a message of love. This could be a declaration of love. With the Ace of Cups, this could be you really focused on yourself, loving yourself here. Okay, I do see the Fool popping out as well. Somebody may be wanting to take a daring chance here or just go for it. Somebody has been developing a plan. This could be somebody wanting to work with you too, a collab coming in. You could have also been picking up on this in tarot readings, you know, whether they're your own or whether they're ones that you watch, or maybe you've paid for a reading and the reader has told you there's going to be a significant message that comes in really soon. But yeah, I'm almost like, look, I split the deck in the Knight of Cups. I'm almost very hesitant to keep pulling on this because this is just an unspoken, you know, understanding that me and Spirit have with each other, and I don't like to like break those things with Spirit. So I'm kind of like, I don't really want to pull on it again, but I'm curious at the same time. You know what I mean? Spirit's like, yeah, so, Knight of Cups, it could be a loving message. We're going to leave it at that. Just know that this is going to make you really happy because this is good news coming your way, right? Okay, I see the Ace of Pentacles. I see the Ten of Pentacles. I see the Six of Cups. I feel like this could be a message from somebody and Spirit doesn't want to divulge too much, or Spirit wants you to kind of, this to be an organic situation, okay? So I'm going to honor Spirit. Y'all probably are annoyed right now, but I'm going to honor Spirit and we're going to move on. What is this mountain road here? You are on the road to success. So trust the process for the good news coming in for Gemini gang. What is this mountain road here? Okay, we have the Three of Swords here. I feel like you went through a lot of pain, guys. You know, that's the thing about the mountain road. Anybody who's been on a twisty-turvy mountain road, you know how freaking terrifying that is. I have some memories from growing up with my parents when we first moved to Tennessee, and they weren't really used to driving on these mountain roads. And some of these roads, like, you went around the bend and there was only enough room for one car, so you kind of had to pray that there wasn't somebody coming around the other way, because it's going to be a situation. You know what I mean? And there were plenty of times where we had to either be right up against the edge or right up against the wall so the other person could kind of scooch around us. And if it's a big truck, oh, somebody's screwed. Somebody's gonna have to back down, or y'all are just gonna have to figure it out, you know, together. Like, you and that other driver are gonna have to work as a team to figure out how we're each gonna get back to where we started from, because these mountain roads are like very thin. I remember one time my parents needing to turn around, and they turned, and I literally, this is something I will never forget, guys, looking out the back window of the car, because we had a station wagon, and you know how the old station wagons back in the day had like those back glass windows, looking out the back of the car and literally not even seeing fucking road. Not even seeing road, seeing like down the fucking mountain, down the side. the most terrifying. For me as a kid, I was like, this is kind of fun, right? But my parents, later talking to them as, you know, an adult later in life, that was one of the most terrifying experiences they ever went through, because we all could have just kaboom, family of 4, knocked out. Just like that, you know, just falling off the side of the mountain. It was terrifying for them. So I don't know why I felt like sharing that, but I feel like there's something here where something like that could be going on, where you don't really see the road. You don't really see what's around the corner. This is terrifying for you. You've went through a lot of pain. You went through a lot of struggle. You've went through a lot of strife with whatever this road to success is. You've been told you weren't good enough. You've been rejected. You've been dismissed, right? You've been heartbroken. You know, you've had everything fall apart. You've had to rebuild things several times. But I feel like something is changing, guys. The good news coming in could be that something is not all for nothing, basically, you know? Yeah, I feel like with the 5 of Cups, you've went through a lot, but 5 of Cups in reverse, but yes, I feel like you've went through a lot when it comes to this situation, guys. So you're being asked to trust the process and to know that you are on the road to success in whatever this is. 9 of Pentacles. You're going to find some kind of success. You're going to find some kind of abundance here within this situation. It might not feel like it right now, but you are going to. So Spirit wants you to continue to work on yourself, to continue to focus on this, to continue to build yourself, to continue to brush off these perceived failures or perceived rejections, right? Rejection in this case is redirection. When you are rejected in one area or down one path, it's because you're being redirected. Sometimes we can feel like, oh, why Spirit? Why would you let something like this happen to me? And Spirit's like, I'm not letting anything happen to you. I'm doing this for you. You can't see it right now. You're like the little baby that's trying to crawl towards the pool. But me as the adult, as your mother, as your father, I know that if you go into that pool, it's going to be a bad situation because you're just a little baby. You don't even know how to swim. All you know is that you want to go towards that water. But that's not the direction that you need to go. That's not where that's not going to be good for you. Maybe one day you can go towards that water when you can swim. But right now you can't. So I'm doing what I can do to protect you and redirect you. I'm redirecting you towards the playpen. Go play in the playpen. Go play where you need to be. Go get in where you fit in. You know? So sometimes we need to be thankful for the things that we want that Spirit doesn't allow us to have, or the things that Spirit yanks us out of, because we can't see sometimes where that's taking us. So this energy right here is like Spirit has set you up for abundance and success more than you could even imagine right now. So just trust. Trust as you're moving through this. Trust as you're going down that winding road and you don't see where it's taking you. You don't see the abundance. You don't see the success. Trust that it's happening, guys, okay? Okay. Let's get some advice and additional messages. How about the color mage? I've been so in love with this deck recently. So how about this? Color mage for Gemini gang. Okay, advice and additional messages, please, for Gemini gang. Advice and additional messages. We have Sekhmet, Warrior Spirit, card number 99. Nines in numerology talk about being at the end of a cycle here, okay? So I feel like you've been really fighting hard. You are a warrior. You've learned something. You're battered, you're bruised, but you're also stronger for it, you know? And there's that accomplishment that you feel. It's like somebody who goes on like a 4K run or a marathon or something, or a triathlon or something like that. It's like you're tired at the end of it and you're sore and you're, you know, maybe even halfway through it, you're like, what in the hell was I even thinking? Why would I even do this? Like, I just don't, I need to question my own judgment sometimes because I hate this right now. But when you're at the end of it, you feel so accomplished. You feel so proud. You're tired, but you're stronger. And you feel like proud of yourself. And I feel like that's what's happening here. We have a Lapis Lazuli card number 51. Yeah, you've enhanced your self-respect, your self-perseverance. You know, your self-determination here has enhanced, okay? What else do we have here for Gemini gang? We have card number 61, Grape, Intoxication and Stupor. With that Warrior Spirit and the intoxication, some of you guys could be battling some kind of addiction. I think we talked about that in the very beginning, guys. I'm not sure, but I think we did. So if we did, that message is coming back through again, okay? There's something here about that. But for others of you, I feel like you're going to have so much success, abundance, happiness, love, passion. It's going to feel intoxicating. It's going to feel like it's a drug, you know, which could kind of trigger some of you guys, because I get the energy of not really wanting to be dependent on anything. But dependency is not always necessarily a bad thing. You know, we depend on people that we trust. We depend on situations that we've worked really hard on. You know, there's a sense of trust that you're developing within the plan and within yourself and possibly within other people right now, okay? That's gonna be too many for me. Can we get some advice and additional messages for Gemini gang? These cards are wanting to pop, boy. We have Pale Lime, which is gentle healing, card number 31. Some of these cards are hard to read because the font is white. Like, can you see that? Okay. Y'all know I'm blind as a bat. I don't wear my glasses at home a lot. So yeah, I feel like there's a gentle healing that's happening here. Card number 48, self-love, DeMarcus, I think that's called. Yeah, it's like you are healing yourself. There's a big sense of self-love, and that's what Spirit wants you to focus on. Just keep on focusing on healing yourself. We have Pink, Let Love Enter, card number 43. Some of you guys, this self-love that you're developing, it's gonna help you be receptive to love from other people. Maybe you've been somebody who has a lot of love to give. You have a big heart, Gemini. You know, you have a big heart. You're passionate, you're caring, you're devoted, you're affectionate. And maybe you tried to give that to somebody who wasn't ready, or maybe somebody tried to give that kind of energy to you and you weren't ready. But I feel like there's this energy here of like working on yourself, healing yourself, what you've went through. It's causing you to open up. It's causing you to be willing to let love enter into your life. So that could be some good news coming in, is that somebody is willing to let love in now where they weren't before, whether that's you or somebody else, or maybe both of y'all. Okay. We have card number 98, Shamuel. Peaceful relationships. That could be good news, is that there's a peaceful relationship that's coming into your life. You know, something could be transforming here. Card number 85, Alchemy. Yeah, whoever this is that's coming in, Gemini, if this is somebody you're with, then it's a deepening of this connection. If this is somebody that you're not with, you don't know this person, or whatever the situation is, you're just not with this person, it's like this is going to be a safe space. You're going to feel safe within this connection. I hate to say it's like me and you against the world, but it kind of almost feels like that, or it feels like we understand each other in a world where people don't understand us, you know? Like, nobody lets me talk the way that you let me talk, or nobody lets me feel the way that you let me feel, or nobody holds me the way that you hold me, or nobody gets me or sees me or understands me or accepts me the way that you do. There's a really deep, deep, deep love I feel here, guys, okay? So I don't know, because we kind of picked up on that in the reading, but not really. But, you know, Spirit doesn't like to divulge everything like we see over here, you know? Sometimes it's like you need to have the organic experience. What else do we have here? Let's get more advice and additional messages. Advice and additional messages for Gemini gang. Ooh, we'll take them. We'll take them. Lapis Lazuli back on the bottom of the deck. We have Rain, card number 94, Water Energy. We have card number 17, Tangerine, Anticipation and Excitement. And then card number 73, Ground Thyself. Brown. Okay, so I don't know why I'm hearing that song, Rain Down on Me, Let Your Love Just Fall Like Raindrops, Rain, okay? Some of you guys could, yeah, have like a, oh, there's another card, I didn't even notice it. Some of you guys could have like a really deep emotional experience or emotional awakening within yourself, and this could get you really excited. It could get you nervous. Your heart could be beating fast. It feels like there's an energy of needing to ground yourself a little bit and just chill, just take deep breaths. Okay, for some of y'all might be having like a sexual experience here where it's something going to rain. Okay, something's going to, I don't want to get too much into it, but it feels like it's ushy gushy. That's the kind of energy I'm getting, and you're just like, you know, you could pass out from the passion. You know, I'm getting like somebody's knees shaking, not knowing what to do with themselves. Damn, Gemini, okay? I don't know. I'm getting like a strong, like intense, and it's interesting because we have card number 88, Paradise, Heaven on Earth. Some of y'all, that's going to be the good news, that you might find heaven on earth within yourself, within a situation, or with somebody, or all of the above. All right, Gemini, I don't know if this reading made sense, but that was your reading, okay? So take it as it resonates. I do hope it helps. I do hope it resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.